Doc with Camo Airsoft, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a target that we call a dropper. And basically this is a smaller version that I made, and what happens is whenever you shoot it in the right spot, it drops something like that. And that's very handy for putting in windows for IDPA style matches, if you're into doing matches or just training, or just a cool target to have sitting in your room or in your backyard. What you're going to need: one plain old sheet of paper, some tape, a regular size party balloon, box cutter, some string, a black clippy style paper clip, just like that, some scissors, and a box of your choice. I picked copy paper boxes because we have a lot of them here, and well, it's sort of human size, so it offers a somewhat normal sized target. Now first I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off of my box and set it over to the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make this open in the back so I can show you how it all works at the end of the video. And basically what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my box cutter and I'm going to cut a small hole a little bit bigger than my clip, so that when the clip needs to pass through the hole, it'll be able to pass through easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to head and start cutting approximately in the middle of this top piece of the box. Now, using my box cutter, I have cut a hole in the top of my box, which, as you can see, I made it pretty big. You don't really need to make it that big at all, but I had the handle, which you can see, I had a handle already built in on the box, so I wanted to get around that, so I just kind of included it in the cutting. Now, you need to inflate your balloon to see how big it's going to be when you put it inside the box. Now you can make your balloon about whatever size you want. Just make sure that it is bigger than the hole in the top of your box, so that when it's in the box, it gives, for one thing, a good sized target, and for another thing, it'll be able to support the box whenever the box is hanging just by the balloon, as you see how I'm doing there, because that's going to be how it's suspended whenever it's ready to be shot. But you also need to make sure that the balloon does not put too much pressure on the front of the box, because I'm going to cut that out. I'm going to put the paper on the front of the box so that almost any airsoft gun should be able to penetrate the paper and pop the balloon, which will then take away the support and the box will fall. Now I'm going to set my balloon aside. I'm going to get my box back out, and this time I'm going to cut a square right on the front of the box. Now I'm going to try to make it a little bit smaller than the paper, so that the paper has some room. I'll probably leave about an inch of a margin, half inch of a margin to cut out, so I can see approximately how big I want it to be, and you can measure it if you're a perfectionist, but I'm just going to cut out a general idea of what I want it to be, and that's going to be the only place where most airsoft guns will be able to pop through and hit that balloon, which is even better for accuracy because it gets them used to not just shooting whatever, shooting center mass where you're most likely to hit your target. And in airsoft, less likely to hurt them since most of us wear body armor or some other type of vest. Now, using my box cutter, I cut a hole in the front of my box, and this is the piece that I cut out of there. Now what I'm going to do with this piece is I'm actually going to take some duct tape, which I forgot to tell you you'll need at the beginning of this video, but you'll need some duct tape if you want to do this part, and duct tape this piece onto the top of this to give it kind of a head shape to it, which won't make the target fall, but it'll give it more of that classic IDPA style target look. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape that to the top of this box. Now, as you can see, I just duct taped the top of my box to the head, and it stays on there pretty sturdy, good enough for just a piece of cardboard that's just going to sit there. Might get shot, but it should be able to take any shots without doing much damage at all. I suppose if you wanted to, you could even add some type of point system where, you know, you can hit it in the head once, but you need to drop it. That way they have to shoot the target twice, or some other type of complicated rules. If you're doing an actual points match, that's a competitive match. Now, since I made my target hole big enough to where I can just put an entire sheet of paper on here. I don't really need my scissors at this point. But if you were to make a smaller target, like this one here, then you would need to cut the paper to where it didn't overlap over the edges of the box. But since I made mine big enough, I don't need my scissors for this particular target. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use my tape, and I'm just going to tape the corners of the paper to the box. Now make sure you tape all 4 corners. That way whenever the paper is hit by BBs, it won't simply, give. It'll actually punch through the paper, thus not impeding any of the mechanics of the balloon falling to make the target fall. At this point, you've finished making the target. Now you just need to set up the mechanics. So here's the back view of the target. All you have to do is take your balloon, put it up here. Now since I've cut out the back, this is really easy for me. But you will need to note, you will need to either have the bottom or the back of your box hollow, or you could even use the front to insert the balloon in there and then put the paper on afterwards. I just find it a lot easier if I've already got the back cut out or the bottom cut out to put this together. Now you take your paper clip and you clip the top of the balloon, clip it on there good and firm. Now you want to pick it up by the clip and make sure that the that the balloon can support the weight of the box. But next you're going to take your string and you're going to tie it onto the paper clip. Now your target is done. From the front, looks like a normal IDPA style target. In the back, you can see how the action actually works. You've got the string, which you suspend from wherever, and whenever you shoot through the paper, pops the balloon, and then whenever the balloon pops, the target drops just like that. Now we're going to go in the garage and I'm going to shoot it with my Glock 19 and we'll see how it works whenever you shoot it. And I went ahead and I tied this onto the string I have hanging from my attic, and you can see right there the clip that's tied onto the string. And I've got my balloon and my target right here, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to suspend my balloon the way it's supposed to be. And you need to, depending on the weight of your target, which this box is pretty heavy, it's about as heavy as I would make any of these targets. You see how that's about to pull loose? You have to really clip it on there really good and really close to the base. So now I have my KSC Glock 19 and it has a Glock 26 barrel in it, so it's getting about 280 feet per second with a .25 BB, which is around 310 with a .20, which is what I have loaded. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shoot my target. So as you just saw, I took 2 shots at the target because my first one didn't pop the balloon. Now I'm not sure if maybe it did hit the cardboard up here, so it might have deflected the BB or lessened the force. But my second shot went clearing through the paper, hit the balloon, and the target dropped just as you saw. Now like I said, you can make these any size. You can make a small one like this or a full-size one like that. Now if you've got any ideas on how to make these work better, or if you have an idea for another type of competition match target that would really be cool, feel free to message us here on YouTube or visit our Facebook page, which I'll link down in the video description, or visit our forum, which is also linked down there. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. This is our first how-to video. Hopefully we'll be doing more like this and more gun and gear reviews in the future. I'm Doc for Camo Airsoft, and thanks for watching.